Hello.
Hi.
Okay, well, entourage. I'm all right. We got little Reese, who MCs with Mr. Woodnote, and Flower Fairy. I'm FX, and this is Ilya, one of our tour managers, who looks after Russia, and he also plays the guitar and jumps up on stage with Mr. Woodnote sometimes.
Well, there's a lot of interlocking relationships here. We're all friends, but everybody pretty much met each other separately, I guess. I met Reese in Bristol. I met Ben and the Flower Fairy at a festival in the UK. They met each other in Manchester in the United Kingdom. And we know Ilya through the magical land of the internet. He's a real person, though. He's actually real. So yeah, we met each other all over the place. It's a lot of little steps, interesting meetings that brought us all together to be here together. So yeah, true that.
Well, kind of, because the way Woodnote and Ben, DubFX, met was through music anyway. They were put together for a festival through a mutual friend who actually suggested that they do like a small gig together. So, and they met each other for the first time, and they did that gig together, improvising. And so their first meeting was through music. And Reese and Mikey have known each other for a long time. Little Reese and Mr. Woodnote as well. Sorry. And also the same thing. He was in another band emceeing, and yeah. So it's always, we've all been doing music, and then we just basically came together and decided to do music together, in a nutshell.
Well, it feels pretty good knowing that, you know, we can go to a city and sell out a show and people know the lyrics. You know, it's amazing. It's a dream I've always had as a musician, artist, you know, my whole life. I never really thought it would actually happen. So it's great, you know, it's a good feeling. Yeah, so it's a good feeling, yeah. Yeah, I think I reckon the main reason why people actually like my music is because of the way that I make my music. If I was singing the exact same songs on guitar in a band, I don't think that I have the popularity that I have now. I don't think that people would embrace it so much. I think because it's a new way of making music, you know, Mr. Woodnote does it now as well. And it's like loads of other artists are doing it. Beardy Man does it, MC Xander does it, Kid Beyond does it. There's loads of people out there doing it, and I think that's what's attractive to people. It's a new thing. It's like a new instrument that's come out. And on top of that, it's accessible to, it's accessible on the internet to people very easily. I mean, you don't have to explain to someone about this artist. You just have to send someone a link on Facebook or in an email, and that's generally what happens. We're not played on the radio, we're not played on TV, we're not, you know, it's only generally through the internet or through word of mouth or on the street that people actually find out about us. And that's where I think people kind of fall in love with the idea of our style. You know, it's got, I guess they like the charm of the way it's come together and the way we make our music. Well, I mean, you know, I think everybody falls off the wagon at some point. I don't think, you know, you can, but then again, some people don't either. I mean, I don't know. As long as we still enjoy doing what we do and we don't just do it for money, which isn't the case, and I don't think it ever will be the case. So I think that we could keep the charm. I mean, it's up to the public to decide that, not me anyway, so.
Well, it's the tunes. Like you were saying that people are intrigued by how you make music, and that might contribute to your popularity, which it definitely does. But now that you have, you know, the fan base that you do, and people are into the music, it's fresh opportunities open up. So from using loop stations and from using that, there's opportunities to go further and do other things like your new album with Sirius and that sort of thing. So you know, it's yeah, we can be musicians to the day we die, man. It's, yeah, hopefully.
It's got to be Berlin for me personally. I think Berlin's amazing. Well, because it's like the people own it, you know what I mean? That's what it feels like. It feels really free. You can go chill out. You just walk into a real interesting looking building, which looks old and broken. And then you walk in and there's like a cafe and a beach and loads of people having fun. Yeah, Berlin's the one. Well, coming back to Berlin. If you know any good houses for sale or anything like that.
Yeah, I'll agree and say Berlin, and even some of the parts of other parts of Eastern Europe as well. I like. I mean, Germany's a great country. Holland's a great country. I still haven't been all over the world, so I can't really judge too much. What do you reckon?
Yeah, New Zealand's awesome.
Yeah, New Zealand.
Yeah, it's a little bit isolated from everywhere, though. That's the only problem, but it's beautiful.
That's also what's good about it.
Yeah, and the music's amazing. Like they're quite ahead in terms of music. And yeah, it's just a fun place, and everyone's lovely. So yeah, New Zealand as well.
Amsterdam.
We've got another 8 weeks ahead of us, but we're perpetually on tour anyway. I've been living in a van for about 4 years now. I've had 2 breaks away from the van, and now both for around 6-7 months each in the last 4 years. And so we're constantly touring, we're constantly moving about, and you know, yeah. But at the same time, we're also having loads of fun all the time. It's not like work, work, work. It's just work, fun, constantly. Yeah. Well, when we have kids, I mean, we're planning on having children in the next few years, probably. So, yeah, we will. And when we have children, we're going to chill for a few years at least, and I'll still be making music. I'll still be doing shows, but not as many, and I won't be touring, and we'll be focusing more on having kids.
We'll just be having a tour with babies.
Okay, well, I understand the question now, but basically, the way that the way my mind is about my music and the way I want to project myself towards the public is that I don't want to hire a publicist to get me onto MTV or to get me into magazines or to get me on the radio. I'm not looking to come up to those sort of channels and saying, could you please play my music? That's not at all what I'll ever do, and I'm not interested in doing it. I don't need to do it. We're having loads of fun, and we're making enough money, and we've got people coming to our shows. All MTV does really is, or A1, or all those TV channels or all those radio stations, is promote artists that record labels pump loads of money into. It's all just promotion. So we don't need that promotion, because I think the day we start crossing over and going into that, we start A, competing with loads of artists who have got billions of dollars behind them, and B, people will lose that charm that people see in us, where we're living in vans, and I don't particularly even want to do that. I don't want to make a high-end budget video clip and have my shirt off on the beach singing with some girl running on the sand and Shosh there hold my hand. Doesn't make any. It's a crap video. Well, either way, I don't want to do any of those things. It's not what we do. I originally did when I was a kid, and I wanted to be on MTV, and I wanted to have millions of dollars and have a boat and all mansions and have loads of that stuff. And now my priorities have changed, and I've realized that we can be successful and have loads of more fun and have more freedoms, not locking ourselves to those things. MTV is just a little part, or all those radio stations, just a little part of having to basically be super famous, and we're not interested in that personally. I don't know, do you guys have any different?
I want loads of videos on MTV and VH1, so if you're watching, honestly, I look great with my top off with anyone on a beach, honestly.
We honestly don't care about that stuff. We play on the street, and yeah, that's our MTV, and it's there's YouTube, exactly. There's the world. We have so many freedoms, and we can go and do and say whatever we want to do, and we wouldn't sacrifice that for anything. And yeah, fuck, we don't need that.
Danke.
Can I ask you a question? Is this for MTV or VH1?
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna have loads of fun. Thank you, Heidelberg. Well, not Heidelberg. We're in Stuttgart. Thank you, Stuttgart. I did that once in Russia. I was in St. Petersburg, and I said, "Good night, Moscow."
This is the case, like everywhere, all around the world. There are places. Every city has got wicked places that are getting demolished and stuff. And so, getting people on board to have what they want in their cities is important. Yeah. So fuck Fuck, what is it? Fuck Stuttgart 21. Put that on YouTube. Mr. Woodnett and WFX. Fuck these guys, everybody. Ilya, fuck Stuttgart 21. All right, cool.